over the years that I've been trading, it's been about 10 years, I cannot tell you the number of people that I have quoted. I cannot tell you how many of those have, said no. I can't tell you how many of those have said yes. And I cannot tell you how many people have objected purely based on price. I can just say that number is quite significant. And the thing you've got to understand is that the thing that separates small businesses from large businesses is systems, framework, and, basically delivering on a high value service. That's it, okay? I know many people that run businesses, whether they're small businesses or whether they are sort of turning over, 1.8 million plus per year. The common thread for those ones that are successful are the ones that have a system, stick to it, no messing about. And they understand that they will not serve everybody. And you cannot please everybody, and not everybody will want to buy from you, 100%. Once you accept that, you're going to find yourself a lot less stressed and a lot less sort of tear-assing around, trying to run around after yourself. But I've given quotes out this week, and typical example is, what happens is you'll turn up and give a price, for, let's say, gut facial soffit clean or something like that. And for whatever reason, the customer will sort of either turn around and go, yeah, happy days, Chris, let's book it in. Or they'll go, well, let me speak to my husband, price. You know what I mean? Or they will flat out sort of turn around and say, nah, Chris, that's too much, mate, sort of thing. Now, some will try to haggle. Some will try to sort of, amend the worksheet. And I have no problem with haggling. I have no problem with amending a worksheet to fit a budget. Okay. But it's interesting that when a customer plans to haggle, it's only ever for smaller businesses. It's never for, you never go to Tesco's or any supermarket with £100 worth of shopping in your trolley and expect to walk out of there for paying anything less than 100 quid. It just won't happen. If you walked in there and you only had 85 quid, access to 85 quid, and you had £100 worth of shopping, well, you've got two choices, haven't you? You can either find more money, or you have to put something back, i.e. remove something from your shopping list. And if you take that attitude with customers, by and large, I think you'll find your rejection rates will be a little less. I think you'll find people will respect you more. And I think you'll go home with a lot less stress as well. So, for example, like this lady who I'd given a quote to, it was a gut facial soffit clean. It was £225 worth of work. It's enough work for one lad for about 3 or 4 hours worth. And I basically quoted at 225 quid. Fair enough. Customer has sort of said, well, let me speak to my husband first before I make a decision. I'll let you know. Fine, no dramas. You have yourself a good day. And I get back in the van with no expectations whatsoever. If they come on board, they come on board. Happy days. If they don't come on board and decide to find someone cheaper or not have the job done at all, equally, so be it. It's not a problem for me. And a couple of days goes past and the lady rings me back and says, hi, Chris. Had a bit of a think about the price. We really, really want the work doing, but it's too expensive. Now, rather than be blockheaded, as I have been in the past, I'll hold my hand up, and say, well, the price is the price, and all this sort of stuff, I sort of turn around and say, much like a supermarket would, to a customer that doesn't have enough money, okay, what are your priorities? What would you like me to concentrate on? And I can amend that bill, but I would have to amend the worksheet. So in other words, if you want the full house doing, then you pay the full price that I've just quoted you. If on the other hand you say, well, actually we can't really afford 225 quid, don't do the gutter at the back, don't do this, you know what I mean? Remove something from that invoice to make it fit their budget. I am more than accommodating. And again, it's one of those, if you bend over backwards and try and reduce the invoice but maintain the amount of work you have to do, then all you're doing is undercutting yourself. And the customer doesn't really respect you, and they don't really care. They just want to pay less. They want out for now. They want you to lower your price and complete a full invoice. Well, that won't fly. That's not cricket. So, for me, I've sort of turned around to the customer, amended the invoice, and they've turned around and gone, well, again, that's too expensive. Can you lower the price? But I really, really want that back doing. Well, I can do the back for you, but again, something has to give. Okay, you can't expect 100% of the job being done unless you're prepared to pay 100% of the price quoted. And at that point, then the customer sort of had a bit of a hissy fit, had a huff, and basically said, "Oh no, we're not doing that," and that's fine. So it is what it is. But it's interesting how customers might try that shit with, smaller businesses, small, medium-sized businesses. For they'll try it with, but when it comes to the big supermarkets, they wouldn't dream of doing that. So it comes down to respect. It comes down to what people will try to do. The reality is, because Tesco's, for argument's sake, has systems in place, no one will try sort of saying to them, oh, well, I was about just letting us off and all this sort of stuff. It won't fly. And the reason why Tesco's and big supermarkets like that thrive is because they operate systems. They operate a means of turning around and saying, they turn around and say, ultimately, if you want X, then you have to pay X, And they won't shift their value structure to meet yours to keep you happy. And if you run a business, you shouldn't do the same either. Your main effort is not to win every job. Your main effort is to win the right jobs at the right price, and that's all you can do. So just I just thought I'd sort of chip in with that, but stand firm on your pricing. Don't let people guilt you into doing more than what's required. I am all for doing charity jobs and stuff like that. I did the other day. I did a gutter clear for free for a customer. I was letting water into her house and stuff like that. She's been a customer for 10 years, and this gutter clear took me 5 minutes, so I didn't charge her. But again, there's one thing to sort of offer a charity or a freebie to a valued customer. It's completely another to approach a random business and demand that they offer you 100% of their service for less than 100% of the cost. It doesn't work, does it? So anyway, keep on keeping on, boys and girls. See you in the next one.